Greetings and salutations, comic book conversationalists. This is Comic Book Hangover. My name is Scott, and we have yet another weekly haul video. This one, actually, another small week. Kind of worried about these small weeks, so I had to pick up a few. I picked up a few other things. Actually, one other book, and then I got a trade that I had pre-ordered that came in, so it kind of rounds it out, kind of bumps up the number of books that I picked up this week. So let's just jump right into it. Starting with one that I actually was going to drop anyway, so it kind of works out. This is Night of the Living Dead Revenants number 4. This is from American mythology. These are the same fine folks who do the Three Stooges comic books that I love so very much. So this is a story that takes place before the events of the movie. So this leads up to the events of the movie. And I was going to drop it because it just kind of like, you know, it started off really cool. It started off really cool, but then it just kind of started to peter out real quick. But come to find out, it's only a 4-issue miniseries. So issue 4, final issue of the run of Night of the Living Dead Revenants. So I figured, what the hell, why not? I'll just pick it up and finish the series. Next up, grabbed a facsimile edition. This is the X-Men. All new, all different, uncanny, whatever. This is X-Men number 101. Another one of those books that, you know, it's not really a book that I really ever had an interest in. I don't know a whole lot about it. First appearance of Phoenix, I believe. Not much into the X-Men myself, so I don't know. I just figured I'd pick it up because it looks like it's a classic book, and I want to get back into just getting all of the facsimile reprints, at least the ones that Marvel does. The DC ones, I'm not that attached to DC history like I am to Marvel, so I figured, you know, what the hell, why not? So as always, what I like to do is point out the 3 things that you need to know what is a facsimile and what is an original print. So real quick, because I've done this numerous times, you want to look at the price, especially with a book from this era. $3.99 was an obscene price back then. It's an obscene price now, especially for reprint. But this is $3.99, so the original book was not $3.99. You also have the UPC. If the UPC is slim like this and it hugs the edge either here or here, if it hugs the edge of the book, in this case it's hugging the spine and the bottom, that is not an original UPC. And also the modern era Marvel logo. So if you have those 3 on the cover, then this is a reprint. This is a facsimile. Facsimiles are just as good to have as originals, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm one of those collectors that I'm okay with having a facsimile edition, because a lot of these books are books that I'm never going to be able to afford an original of anyway, at least not in any good condition. So a facsimile, it looks exactly like the cover except for those 3 minor things. So I'm happy with that. Perfectly and totally happy with it. The last one that was actually on my pull list that I grabbed this week was Warlock Rebirth number 4. Still loving the corner boxes. I love the corner boxes that Marvel's putting on these books that are taking place in the 90s. So got another great Adam Warlock book. The one book that I picked up this week that wasn't on my list that I just had to pick up because it is a sweet cover. So second printing of Void Rivals number 1. I got the Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever Autobot cover because, as everybody knows by now, this is the book that's beginning the new Energon universe. It's a shared universe between this book, G.I. Joe, and Transformers. And I am super excited about it because I have no idea how any of this is going to work. I have no idea what's going to happen with it. And that just makes me so excited about the whole thing. So I'm looking forward to that. And last up, this is the trade that came out that I wasn't expecting this week, but it's fine because, you know, it is a EC Archives Vault of Horror Volume 3. This collects Vault of Horrors number 24 through 29. I love these reprints. These are the same as the hardcover archives. Big differences between these ones and a hardcover, though, obviously, is this is a I hate the term floppy. This is a trade paperback, so it's not a hardcover. But also, these are only $20, and I love that idea, and the colors are great. I know some people, and I've said this before, some people have complained that the colors aren't right. The colors aren't the same. They're not as good as the hardcover versions. But honestly, there is, and I know I've said this before as well, I have a hardcover archives of one of the Tales from the Crypt books, and I got this Dark Horse reprint of it, and the colors are exactly the same. I'm not exactly sure where the complaints have come from, but the colors are exactly the same. So it is what it is. Those soft cover reprints are amazing. They're great. I got to find out how many I have. I have some in storage. I would like to try to get those, but they're way in the back, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them. But I have a couple there, and I have a whole bunch that I've gotten since, and I love them. I think they're great. It's a great way to get and enjoy the classic EC comics from the 1950s, which in my humble opinion, are still some of the absolute best comic books ever published as far as the art and the story styles. I mean, you had stories that only spanned about 6 pages, and they were written so well and drawn so well that you felt like you were getting a full 32-page comic book. I mean, they're amazing. So that said, let's talk about the cover of the week. It's not going to be one of the books that was on my pull list, although that Warlock book has a really good cover. We're going to go with this. Void Rivals, the Autobot second print cover, or the second print Autobot cover. That sounds much better. So the second print Autobot cover. Now, if you haven't gotten this one, as I said, this begins the Energon universe, which is a shared universe that will have G.I. Joe, it will have Transformers, and it will have this Void Rivals. So I'm not sure how this book is going to tie into it, because it doesn't seem to have too much to do with the other 2 books. Now, the way they're going to do it is you're going to have 4 books total. Starting off, they're saying it's going to be 4 books total at any given time in the Energon universe. You're going to have Void Rivals as an ongoing. You're going to have Transformers as an ongoing. And the other 2 are going to sort of switch between various G.I. Joe characters. So your first one is going to be, we got Duke as a 4-parter and Cobra Commander as a 4-parter. So that is your very, very wonderfully contained Energon universe. And it's all coming from Skybound. It's an imprint of Image Comics. And again, I cannot express how super excited about this I am. So there's your cover of the week. And those are the books that I picked up. I can't wait to check out this. And again, I'm going to flip through this again. I mean, there's great colors in this. I mean, that's some great colors, and these are just like the facsimile editions. You get your letters pages, you get your in-house adverts, you get everything that was in there originally. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, so there's a house ad. Hopefully you could have seen that. I couldn't see where my camera was, and yeah, Vault Keeper's Corner, letters page. You get it all. It's great, and I love it. So that's it. I will have a Marvelous box coming in. There's some confusion as to whether or not one was sent, so I got one coming. Should hopefully begin in a couple of days. So I will have at some point an additional video. But that said, we're gonna wrap this up now because I got to get back to my kids. Grandpa's watching them, and I get to spend a whole day with both of them, and I can't wait for that. So everybody, I hope you had a great new comic book day. My pull list kind of small right now, but you know what, there's a lot of great books coming out from great artists, great writers, and amazing publishers. So check it out. I hope everybody had a great one, and I will see everybody soon with another weekly haul video. Have a great time with your new comics, everybody.